Good morning, traders. I'm going to start this stream a little bit early today. We have quite a few stocks on our preliminary watch list to run through. All right, let's run through a watch list. We have 𝗪. Zoom out here. 𝗪 is up. Volume looks good. Daily chart. We're gapping up to 1384. We have COF gapping up to 81. 81 is up here. Some resistance at 81.30-ish. So if we break through that, then 85 is the next level. Looks like we can break that 81.30-ish pretty easily. We'll probably want to take this over pre-market high of 82. It is, let me zoom in. It does look a little bit low in volume. Previous days don't trade that much. Most of the volume was in that first candle. I actually don't see any volume in these subsequent candles. So we'll see what COF does. Capital One's a bit lower in volume, but still worth looking at based on the daily chart. All right, Gilead. This is up decently, decent volume. It's come down quite a bit since its original COVID news, but it's been coming down ever since. We see this deceleration with the doji and then high volume yesterday, and a pretty decent move yesterday it looks like. And then today we're gapping up to 63, which is over the 62 resistance level. I like that. And then we have next resistance at 64. So 63 to 64 might be a trade opportunity. We see it has been above 64 this morning. It's gone up to 65.30. So we'll see what this one does at the open. And then we also have 𝗪𝚻𝘂𝗧. This one is a penny stock, under $5, up big volume. It is up to 370 right now, which is all the way up here. It's gotten up to 415 in the past. What's the all-time high in this one? Seems like that 415 area, 415, 416 is the high of at least the past 3 years. And the last time it gapped up this high, it ended up closing red. So that's something to take into consideration. The news in this one. Profits. Just earnings report. So not going to be my favorite move based on how it has moved previously with a gap like this. Another penny stock, I believe. Yes. This one has an interesting pre-market chart breaking out of this 270-ish level again. Let's see what this looks like on the daily. It is up to 3, which is not the all-time high. It is an SR level, and then the next one is at 350, which we can see this has already been up to 350. Might even try to enter this one pre-market really quick. Take it up to 350 at least. Stop under 3. See what it does. ZDGE, and I'm going to mark this one. Let's quickly run through the rest of these here. MD. There. Let's quickly run into. I didn't get INTC. Let me add the rest of these that I had. AXP. We'll watch these. This was our favorite. See how it pulls back. EVK pulling back might give us a bit of an opportunity. We are limited in buying power today. I'm curious, that limitation seems a bit steeper than I expected. We are holding 2 positions, but these positions were not $500 worth. So we'll probably be stuck to options trades here this morning. Nature of trading in a cash account, in a small account challenge, of course. So that kind of takes out these penny stocks for us, because unless we buy like 50 shares, which I suppose is something we can consider. T is not really a day trade. We just want to keep an eye on our trade in that one. FSLY is bouncing a little bit. That's good. EHTH, I didn't check out this volume pre-market. I was kind of worried about how much volume this would have. And on the daily chart, it is coming down pretty nice. See it come down to 69. It's a pretty big move. Has room to go. It is a OBD setup right now. We have options, but they're not the greatest. A little bit steep. Quarterly options. Not even quarterly. There we go. There's an update. Oh, this is a different stock. Okay, INTC came down. We're looking at this bounce. We want to see this bounce a little bit before we get this EVK trade. Is a perfect OBD setup. Let me type this in chat. We have, OBO setup, opening breakout. So what I call this, where you have a gap up stock, move down. You see these red candles. Sets a low that you could use for a stop loss. I'd probably just use $3 as a round number since it's close to that. And then it comes up and breaks the high. You take it over the break of the high, stop at this low, target at least 1-to-1. You're targeting this would probably be 4 as your next whole number. This edge isn't curling back up. We have, I want to see INTC play with this 48 level and come back down. Then I'll be interested. All right, we can take out socket. We need to start narrowing this down. I'm going to take out a lot of these penny stocks. I want to still look at EVK just out of curiosity, but I'm not going to trade it. This one as well, we can take out. Little sloppy with these wicks. Could have taken this over 14. But it's not a very clean setup here. Capital One, similar situation, but it's pulling back. Check INTC again. Let's buy one put in INTC. And we are in at the break of this 47.80 level after testing 48 from below, like we just mentioned. So I'm in this trade with one put. Stop is over 48. Let me draw a line. There we go. Stop is over 48. That's based on the daily chart as well as this. This didn't test perfectly to the penny, 3 cents off, but on the daily chart, I know that's a SR level, a major SR level. It's also a whole number. And then we have this. And then on the daily chart again, if we pull back, we are looking for when's the last time it was this low? We're looking for this 45 level from back here. So let's head back to the 1 minute chart. I feel silly drawing in 45 down there. It's just way down there. We might not see that today. Very tight stop. We'll probably see 47 first in this one. Unless we get stopped out, which happens. If this just doesn't feel like moving, making this move right now. You saw 48. It's also, I'll show you down here from pre-market, 48. And then on the daily chart, 48 is a major level. So if it can't hold that break, then we don't want to be in this one short. By buying a put, we are essentially short in this stock. FSLY just plummeting down. Potential trades similar to the INTC trade right here. We have this move down, bounce back up, set your stop over that green candle, and then take this trade under the low. Take it all the way down to 74 as your first target. Good trade in there that we didn't take. We see AXP curling back down. Here's another one that we can take right here. Let's see what this looks like on the daily chart though. We have room to come down to 100, possibly. See how volume is doing. INTC is over 48, so we are going to close out of this trade, take a small loss. Just wasn't the right time for this one. I'm gonna try and get this out of this one near the ask. Try and get out of this one at all. T's coming down, unfortunately. The whole market is coming down, and then we have this issue in INTC. Is it's going up and it missed our order, and now we're $38 in the loss. We don't deserve that big of a loss. We had a stop at $10 of a loss. So I'm watching this one. We need to respect our stop, of course. But we also don't need to panic when it misses our stop by this much. AXP is fully bounced up. Remember this trade under this level down to 100 worked out perfectly. We didn't take it. We don't have the buying power. For some reason our buying power is cut short today. We only have $31 in buying power remaining. Well done, Sick Trades, by the way. Thank you. If you've been watching the reviews, the recaps, thank you for the follow, by the way. AMJ, I appreciate it. All right, INTC is curling back down. This one, we're managing the trade. You can see here INTC is coming down under this level. Almost tempted to take a secondary trade in this one. I don't know if that breaks my rules though. My rules are here for those of you who are just joining in. I started the small account challenge with $500. Rules: 1 option contract per stock. I don't know if taking a second trade. All right, we have this INTC trade coming back down finally. So recap for those of you joining in a little bit later. We got into this INTC trade at this break of 48, missed the break of 48, so we watched it as it bounced up, tested 48 from below, took it at the break of this gold level. That's when we actually entered at 47.80. It barely went down and just shot up. Tried getting out of my my put, didn't get filled, so I ended up being stuck in this trade watching it. This is a situation where I'm absolutely mentally respecting my stock. I wanted to get out of this one, but the loss was bigger than I wanted it to be, and I know this stock isn't going to this isn't the type of trade that's just going to run up and make some ridiculous loss. The reason why you have a stop loss is because when a stock starts running up against you, you mentally shut down and forget how to manage your trade, because you keep thinking, oh, that's a bigger loss than I wanted, so I'm going to hold on to it a little bit longer. Oh, that's a bigger loss than I wanted, and it keeps going up, and you keep giving yourself this answer that that's a bigger loss than you wanted, so you keep holding on onto it, and that happens in these big runs up. But this isn't a big run up. This stock isn't one that's just going to explode up, and I know that. I'm familiar with that. So as an experienced trader, I'm able to hold on to this and preserve my losses a little bit better, because I know how to manage this trade a bit better since I have experience with this stock. How long do you plan on doing the small account challenge? I'm not 100% sure. I want to do it as long as I feel like doing it, you know? Like if I grow a $500 account to $1,000, I'm going to hit that in maybe even next week. Who knows? I don't want to make any promises. But that's doubling the account. That's very impressive. That'd be awesome. But then again, what if I get it to 10,000? What if I get it to 100,000? I'm not too sure. I don't have a goal of where I want the challenge to go. I don't have a goal of where I want to end it. The small account challenge could last 3 months. It could last 1 month. We can grow to 10K from 500. That's crazy. That's the point of this challenge. You absolutely can. I mean, I was at 700 yesterday. We're taking 2 red days in a row here, which is totally acceptable. That's totally fine. That's 3 red days and 2 green days this week with a crazy market. And we are up $100 right now. Think about this. We're up $100. That's 20% on this account. If you make 20% every single... CLF is breaking out. There are options in this one. Could take a trade from this breakout. What is the stop looking like? Could put a very tight stop. Stop would be 850. Do we want to get into CLF? It just doesn't feel good. This might hit its 1-to-1. Stop 850. Entry would have been over the high here at 866. Target 9. It might hit that, but this one feels not great. We have INTC hovering down near our entry. Option prices have not changed one bit. FSLY coming back up. EHTH doing nothing. AXP has fully come up. There's a trade opportunity in this one. We went over, take it under this 101 area down to 100. We have Guild coming up. This is on buyout type news. Okay. Capital One not doing anything, just going sideways. CLF is curling back down. Yeah, that one just didn't feel right. Matt not doing anything. SAVA not doing anything. It's down since the open. Could curl up, but not too pretty on that one. We have INTC coming back down. It's going to break under this 48.10 level. You see this move down, bounce, breaking down again. Probably see this one break down now. What's the overall market doing? SPY is still, it's up. It's green for the day because it gapped up, but it's down trending. Tesla's down on the day. Pretty big, actually. Apple as well. We haven't scanned yet today because we had such a big watch list, but we can do a scan really quick. American Airlines. Airlines were taking a hit yesterday. No, they were moving up yesterday. I think Delta was leading that. Now we have American Airlines leading this move down. Pretty significant move down. Space, that's a fun one to day trade. It's down, unfortunately. I don't need an alert in this one anymore. We can clear all these drawings from previous trade. Remove drawing, remove drawing, remove drawing. Okay, this one is down. Here's what it looks like on the daily chart. Want to see if there's an opportunity to go long in this one for a longer term hold in this account. Looks like it might bounce off of this 20 level, but it's already broken underneath. We'll see where today closes. Do you have a book recommendation to learn fundamentals? I have an Audible credit that I didn't know where to use. I don't recommend learning fundamentals. What do you mean by fundamentals? Fundamentals in trading, usually you will assume that means the fundamentals of a company. So there's technical analysis and fundamental analysis. Technical analysis is looking at charts like this where support and resistance levels are, stuff like that. Fundamental analysis is the behind the scenes of the company. Profit, loss statements, earnings, cash holdings, debt, equity, all of that. That's the fundamentals. Any potential news that's coming out, products, things like that. But if you're meaning like the basics of trading, like the things that you need to know in trading, I don't recommend using an audiobook for that because a lot of those have images and charts that you should be looking at. I don't recommend learning trading. I personally love audiobooks. So trust me when I say I fully support the audiobook decision, I think you'd be better off learning an overall stock market or reading an overall stock market book if you're listening to an audiobook. But yeah, I can put together a list for you if you'd like. But any of the top investing books, I mean, if you just Google top investing books to learn more about the overall stock market. Obviously, everybody's favorite is The Intelligent Investor. If you haven't read that, that is one you can listen to the audiobook. I'd like that one on the audiobook because you can listen to it at 2 times speed or 1.5 times speed or whatever your ears are good at. The Intelligent Investor is a magnificent book. Everybody should read that. Anybody who plays around with the stock market should reread that every single year. I get it off of my bookshelf right now, but it's actually in a box in storage because when I moved to the West Coast, I didn't bring all of my books. That was just way too much. They didn't fit in the car. Maybe that one, but as far as trading books go, there's plenty of decent trading books out there, but a lot of them have charts and examples in them that are important to the book. But if you haven't read The Intelligent Investor yet, probably I'd say get that one. All right, INTC is back down to this stop level. So I am going to create a closing order. You can see the option price is still. All right, let's get out of this one. Now that it is comfortably around this. All right, INTC. Try and get out at 60. It's bouncing up off of this level. I don't want to hold onto this one anymore. I've been wanting to get out, just not getting my orders filled on the ask, which is okay. If you want to get your order out instantly, put it on the bid. That's where somebody is saying, hey, I'm willing to buy it at 56 cents. But the other person is saying, yeah, but I'm not selling it until it gets to 59 cents. So if you want to buy it, you got to pay my price. Well, if you want to sell it, you have to pay my price. So that's going back and forth. We're trying to get out on the ask to get a better price, which usually works in higher volume trades like these. That's why I'm just being patient with this one so we don't take too big of a loss. It's already 3 times the size of the loss that it was when it hit our stop level back here and I first entered the exit order. Let's see what's going on in the market. SPY is still, ooh, it's actually close. It's about to turn red on the day. So let's consider, we are in gap downs here. Let's consider some of these gap downs. BLMN. Look at this range, this very, very tight range down here. We have FSLY as well, but that's fully recovered up. We have INTC, we know about that one, JKS, SDC. That's barely meeting my percentage requirement. SDC, no trade there. SPAQ again, this has been on the charts 3 days in a row. We're still up 20% in the small account challenge, over 20% in the small account in the first week, which I'm insanely happy about. I'd be happy with a 1% gain on the week. Again, the stock market averages 7 to 10% a year. So having 1%, a tenth of that in just 1 week, crazy. The opportunity there is in the stock market, especially while you're all at home in school or at home working. You could be doing stuff like this, making a little bit of extra cash on the side. Looks like we're up to 65 now. What price did I get in to INTC? 93. You can see how much volatility matters in options in the first 30 minutes of the market being open, and then price significantly drops after those first 30 minutes, even though we're at the same level. A lot more people were buying puts here. There's a lot of bearish sentiment at this move down. You can see we're at 63, 66. What's FSLY doing? Coming up, gonna take this one off our watch list. It's not even interesting anymore. Guild is coming down. Same thing, not interested. Capital One, similar situation. CLF ended up coming up. We said this one might come up and test 9 if you took this trade. This OBO over 860. Matt not doing much. Sava not doing much. Let's do a quick scan again. 𝗪𝗵𝗹𝗶 is back. Look at that move. Sort of an OBO here. Cup and handle. There you go, Kibetsu. See this cup and handle here, and you break out of this 68 level. Your stop would be 67.50. 50-cent stop. Your 1-to-1 would be 68.50. You hit that easily. Your target would be 69. Blew through that, so you would be holding on to this one. If it comes back down to 69, you take your profits. Otherwise, just squeeze this one out as much as you can. You have 69.50 as a very significant level from yesterday that you might play around with. A lot of people might be holding this from this level yesterday and they want to get out, so the market's pulling this stock up to 69.50. Blew through it. See what it does around 70. We also have a very slight SR at 70. You guys can see these 3 candles struggled with it a little bit. This one tested it from underneath as resistance, but 70.50. This stock is interesting. It seems like the all things considered, up 20% on the week. And that is going to conclude the first week of the small account challenge. That's weird to say that the first week is actually over. Snap good move up. See, I just keep wanting to check charts even though I don't have the buying power to take any trade right now. I just can't believe the first week is over. Okay, so let's do a quick recap of today. We took one trade. It's this in INTC. We took this trade on this. Let's switch to the 1 minute chart. We took this trade. It had this big red move down, bounced up. We took it under the low. This is an OBD trade, opening breakdown trade, where you have a gap down and then a bounce, some sort of recovery that sets a stop loss level for you. And then it breaks down under the previous low that it set. We took it under this support level at 47.80. It poked through. There's plenty of room on the daily chart for this to come down, but you can see it's already down so far. However, it's breaking under the significant support level here. That's why we assumed it would continue going down. And the next support level is all the way down here at 46, 45 in this range from over here. So it has plenty of room to move down. So we were comfortable taking this trade with one put contract. It ended up, however, not having the steam to do that. Wasn't just ready. It's already down almost 11% on the day. So it reversed straight back up right after we entered, and we got out of this trade for a $33 loss here. And then we are going to be holding, we have 2 contracts that are expiring. Today is Friday. They're expiring next Friday on October 30th. We have AT&T here. That's bouncing back up right now. We got into this one yesterday at the open over this resistance level, came up, didn't quite hit our target, and it's been ranging pretty much sideways, slightly up ever since. It gapped up today and it ended up pulling back with the overall market. You can see here, the overall market has been just pulling down. Through the morning, it just broke through its yesterday close level and is now red on the day. We are also holding on to SiriusXM. This trade, however, we got into, you could see here, we got into this trade at 5 cents. And in the options here, 5 cents is the cheapest it can be. It can't get down to 1 cent because it trades in increments of 5 cents. So 5 cents is the cheapest this option will ever be. So there's no point in really selling this one ever until it expires. Just let it expire or let it go up and try and get a profit out of it. So we're holding on to that one until next Friday as well, or anytime prior to that. As far as today goes, oops. On the last day of this trading challenge, you can see this is bouncing off the 48. This slight support level at 47.90, but really it's bouncing off of this this level at 48, moving back up. We only took this one trade in INTC. It ended up being a loss. 2 losing days in a row overall. Yesterday we closed the morning trading session, the live stream and the YouTube video up, I believe $21. Ended up taking a loss from one of the trades we held through the lunch session, but we are still up $104. You can see up here in the top left corner of your screen, we are up $104 in this small account challenge in the first week. I'm insanely happy with those results. That's 20% in a week. We are up 20% in a week, and for a small account that might not seem like much, but it really is a lot. That adds up over time. If you're trading with a small account, let me switch to this camera angle, turn the music volume down a little bit. If you are trading with a small account like I am in this small account challenge, and you're worried about not making enough money to actually grow your account, that's not how small account challenges work. You see, in the stock market, you have 2 factors. You have money, your capital, and you also have time. You have your capital over time. So if you don't have the capital because you're trading a small account challenge, you have to use your time. Be patient. 20% in a week is a lot. And if you make 20% week after week after week after week, consistently, that's going to compound and your account is going to grow insanely fast. Like, a lot of people don't understand how fast compounding interest really works. Compounding profits really works. So be patient with these trades. If you're trading a small account like I am very happy in recap with this first week of trading. Now I'm going to close out this stream and film and edit and put together a weekly recap video for you for our YouTube channel. This will be more of a vlog style, more of an entertainment style trading video. So keep an eye out for that and just keep learning how to trade stocks. If you're genuinely interested in this, just keep learning. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next week.